Welcome to the Helpful Hat Lady Show. I'm glad you're with us today, and this is an episode on the smart credit for young adult. In today's episode, we're going to be dealing with the credit card forbearance. Smart Credit for Young Adult is a financial education program here for young folks between the ages of 18 and 25. So if you're between the age of 18 and 25, say 12th grade, freshman year in college, boys and girls, this show is for you. Our mission here in Falls Church is to nurture the credit seed for tomorrow's young adult. This episode is actually a special dedication for our Teacher Appreciation Day today, May the 8th. We're also going to recognize to all the essential workers, doctors, nurses, and volunteers who have dedicated their life at the front line to protect us from this virus. We say thank you. Thank you to all of you. This show is dedicated to all of you. This is not a legal show. It's a credit card forbearance for COVID-19. This particular episode is going to be covering protect yourself from your credit card forbearance COVID-19. We're going to look at the pros and the cons. Just released report just came out just recently by a company called Devere Group, and it's spelled Devere. It sounds like French. The CEO, President Nigel Green, just said something that was pretty alarming, and I quote, "Demand for financial advice had surged 24%. That's pretty alarming. He said the priority of today has shifted to a new era. This is a company that deal with financial information with about 100 countries worldwide. They have about 70 offices all over the world, 80,000 clients that they service, dealing with everything to do with savings planning, investment, foreign exchange, tax, pension, retirement. Out of this poll that he just did, he realized that 52% of his clients still prefer face-to-face to sit down and talk to them about their financial situation. 42% prefer Zoom, the platform. 10% prefer video communication, and 6% telephone. So you can see a great percentage of their customers, more than half, would prefer to sit down and talk to them about their financial planning. Before we move on, let's take a quick look at credit as a whole. Credit is when you exchange goods and services to pay later. In other words, when you have goods or services that you receive in exchange to promise to pay back. A lender is an organization or bank that loans you the money, plain and simple. A borrower is me and you that borrows the money from a bank. Credit worthiness is the ability and willingness to pay back a loan. Principal is the amount of money that you borrow. Interest is the price you pay to the bank for the money they loan you. How about that? All right, boys and girls? Okay. Now, close-ended credit. It's very important that you pay attention to this because a lot of young folks don't understand what a close-ended credit. It is an agreement between the borrower and the lender with terms that ends after the principal is repaid. An installment credit, closed-ended, could be the number of payments, 5 years, 60 months, plus interest, APR. Keep those thoughts in mind. Some of the examples of closed-ended credits are college loans, auto loans, and home loans. All right? Understanding credit card. Knowing your credit limit is very important that you understand that. Number 2, don't get it over your head that when you get a credit card in your pocket, you have to go to Acapulco to go spend it or blow it away. No, you don't do that. A credit card is a loan. There is a predetermined credit limit, and the money spent can be paid back in full installments. So you must think of those thoughts, that a credit card is not a free card that was given to you, and daddy and mommy will have to figure out how to pay it. Okay? Understanding credit card. Here are some of the useful terms you want to keep in mind when you get these banks to show up at your college offering you credit cards. Think about the annual percentage interest rate, the balance transfer, credit limit, what a grace period is, late payment fee, minimum payment, revolving credit, and transaction fee. Think about those. Know what they are, what it means before you swipe those cards. All right? Okay, some of the advantage, my friends, is number 1, credit cards are very convenient. You can just take them all out and just swipe away. Number 2, they can be used for emergency usefulness, big purchases, can spread out over times, positive credit rating. You can get bonuses and reward, immediate purchase power, no need for cash when you have a credit card. Bills can be consolidated, and of course, zero liability on fraud. However, let's take a look at the disadvantages of a credit card. Number 1, it's a loan. It's a loan. Number 2, interest. More expensive. Identity theft, threats. Multiple accounts can lower your credit card, your credit score. So don't get too many credit cards. It can lower your score. Interest rate may go up once you miss a payment. It may include additional fees. It's easy to overspend. Some people spend with their emotion. When they're mad, they go out there and spend. That's not a good way to use your credit card. It can also promote what we call impulsive buying. So in other words, you're around your girlfriend, you want to show off, you start spending away. Yeah, right. Somebody got to pay it. All right. How to receive credit card forbearance. Remember, this topic is about the forbearance, what it is, and how it can impact your credit card. Number 1, call your credit card issuer, or company, or bank ASAP. ASAP. You're in this coronavirus. Request a lower monthly payment. Number 3, ask to waive the fees. Don't be ashamed. Tell them, please, can you waive the late fee? Can you please skip a payment or 2? Don't be afraid. The banks are motivated to work with you these days because they understand. They want to keep you. No banks are in the business to see your downfall. So ask. All they're going to say is no. Forbearance versus deferment. Let's take a little pause here. I've always had students always ask me about the difference between these two. Now, when I was working in the loan service area with Sally Mae, I was always asked this question. Students always get forbearance and deferment mixed up. A deferment is simply basically coming to an agreement with your creditor to freeze your payment. Unlike a forbearance, it's always increase the amount that you owe. In other words, for forbearance, interest is not free. Unlike a deferment, it depends on what it is. If it's a federal student loan deferment, say you're in school, the interest is frozen. Interest does not accrue. All right? And some of the things that are associated with deferment, the different type, would be in school deferment. When you have a guaranteed student loan, GSL loan, interest does not accrue while you're in school. A Parent Plus loan, which is the loan that's taken out by a parent, those will have interest accruing. As a matter of fact, a Parent Plus loan will go into repayment as soon as they take the loan. They just get a short grace period and they start paying on it. This is the loan the parent takes for the student on behalf of the student. A graduate fellowship loan, rehabilitation, deferment, unemployment deferment, which is pretty much the same as a economic hardship deferment. All of those, a school can refer to them as forbearance because interest is accruing during the period. And I'm pretty sure they have a forbearance right now for the COVID-19. They have a military deferment. They have medical deferment. So there's so many deferments that are given at school. Well, unless your loan is a federal guaranteed student loan, interest will continue to accrue. It is not interest free. Get it? Okay. So now the difference between a forbearance and a deferment, once again, forbearance interest accrues. The amount you owe will go up, will increase. Unlike a deferment, the likelihood that your amount will stay the same if it's a GSL loan, guaranteed student loan, government-backed loan. Okay? I hope we've got some good clarification now that the two words are used all the time. They kind of mean the same because the loan is just being, halted, but that doesn't mean they're the same. Okay? All right. Should you consider a credit card forbearance? Well, let's take a look at some of the pros and the cons. Well, one of the pro, number one, cash is king, as Susie Herman will say. I like that lady. Cash is king right now. What she meant by that is take your credit cards right now and pay for groceries, pay for food, pay for anything you have to do with money right now. Keep your cash in your pocket. Keep it under the mattress, she's saying. Use your credit card. This is the time this is one of those conservative women who will not let you use your credit card at all. She'll kill you. But she will tell you this time, use it. And try to pay your minimum payment until we weather this storm. And boy, do I agree with her on that one. Cash is king, she says. More money in your wallet right now is a pro. Missed payment would affect your credit score. Yeah, it may not. Some of the banks are all pretty lenient now. They're not charging you for any late fees. They're waiving some fees. So the pros right now, as long as you're going through this virus situation, the pandemic, they are willing to waive the late fees. Some of the con, more interest may or will accrue. Just remember that. Your credit score could still go down. So don't count on the fact that your payment interest is waived does not mean that your score will go up. It may not. Another quote from Susie. Like I said, I love this lady. You are never powerful in life until you are powerful over your own money. And I quote. Again, quote, you are never powerful in life until you are powerful over your own money. And I unquote. So Just remember those thoughts from her. How credit could hurt you? Well, making late payment is one of them. Paying only the minimum payment, of course, but right now, we all need to be paying that minimum payment. I'm telling you, just keep up with the payment. It's all you got to do. It's survival right now. Don't exceed the card limit. That could trigger penalties. Don't charge items that cannot be paid off. In other words, try to only buy stuff that you really, really need, not want. Okay? Don't own too many credit cards. Well, at this climate now, you don't need that many credit cards. You only need one that could take care of the main necessity. Okay? Any question? If you do think of any question, do not hesitate to email me at helpful@lady@gmail.com, and that's helpful, HAT, lady@gmail.com. My final thoughts, folks. The coronavirus pandemic has sent a shock wave throughout the United States economy. We're all feeling it. Things to consider when making your decision about forbearance on your credit card. Is the credit card forbearance right for me? These are the questions you want to ask yourself during the moment of truth. What will the payment be once the forbearance period ends? Will the credit card payment be manageable? How will your account be reported to the credit bureaus? Will the account accrue any late fees? You have to remember those things before you agree on taking a forbearance on your credit card. Things to still consider continues. Prioritize your payments. Remember, at this time, the most important thing in your life is food, shelter, and safety. Take care of your family right now. Put food on your table. You got to leave, so you'll be able to take care of your credit card. If you lost your job because of the coronavirus, file unemployment ASAP, as soon as possible. Get 0% APR credit card to save some money. Put a freeze on your credit report. Reason why I stress this is the time criminals are ready to take advantage of people. So freeze your credit report. Just simply write a letter to all your bureaus and get your report frozen. Help is available, but you must act now. Don't wait. Once again, call your creditors, your credit card company, ask for help. Don't be ashamed to do so. Say, I lost my income, I lost my job due to the coronavirus. Ask for deferment if you have student loan, or forbearance if you have a hardship. Request to halt payment, waive late fees, freeze your credit report. Use 100-word statement. This is something a lot of people don't want to take advantage of, but you're allowed to put 100 words in your credit report to give a reason why you fall behind on your payment. And that could be just few words. Say loss of income due to coronavirus, or loss of job due to coronavirus. You don't need to put 100 words. No, or 100 statements. Just one word. Corona, COVID-19. Do so ASAP. As a general rule of thumb, if you cannot afford to pay your credit card or if you can, pay it. Once again, if you can still afford to pay your credit card, you should continue to do so and avoid requesting to enter into a forbearance. Don't just do forbearance because you think you just want to do it. If you can, and you're lucky enough and blessed enough to have income coming in, just continue to pay your credit card payment. All right, we're pretty much wrapping it up right now. Quick reference before we wrap things up. Understand forbearance during COVID-19. There are certain resources out there you can reach out to, and the CARE Act, which has just been passed by Congress. So you can go on their website, congress.gov, and look for the bill, which is HR 748. It was just passed for 2019-2020. Also look for the statement some of these institutions have put out there regarding forbearances for credit card. FreddieMac.com, FannieMae.com, KnowYourOption.com, FHFA, that's FHFA.gov, and ConsumerFinance.gov, and FederalReserve.gov. Okay, check this website and see what's out there. To contact me, you can always reach me. My name is Agnes Genova. I am your consumer credit educator today. My email address is helpfulhatlady@gmail.com, or you can send it to helpfulhatlady, that's HAT lady, Thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, Agnes Genova. Be safe. Bye-bye.